So you're not at all afraid of her?
Why would I be?
Yeah, I bet she's the nicest, gentlest, warmest person ever. Oh, look at that.
Josh Gad, the voice of Olaf, just gave us an update on Frozen 3 and explained why the wait has been so long. After the massive success of the first film in 2013, fans had to wait 6 years for Frozen 2, and now another 6 years later, Disney has confirmed Frozen 3 is on the way. In a recent interview on The Spotlight with Jessica Shaw podcast, Gad shared why the wait is so long, emphasizing that the creative team isn't rushing the process. He made it clear that no one sees this as a quick cash grab, but rather they want to deliver a film that truly lives up to the legacy of the franchise. According to Gad, the team has a story they're very excited about, and they want to make sure it's worth the anticipation. He even joked that if he said too much, Disney's lawyers might come knocking at his door. Furthermore, filmmaker Jennifer Lee is making a surprise return to direct Frozen 3 and Frozen 4, despite initially ruling herself out of continuing with the franchise. After the success of Frozen 2, Lee took on a bigger role at Disney, stepping in as the studio's chief creative officer. However, according to reports from IndieWire, she has now decided to step down from that position to return exclusively to filmmaking. In a statement, she expressed gratitude for the experience she gained in her leadership role, but ultimately felt the pull of storytelling once again. She credited Disney's leadership for supporting her decision and shared her excitement about what's to come. With Lee back at the helm, Frozen 3 is officially set to hit theaters on November 24, 2027, and she will also be co-writing and executive producing Frozen 4. While details about the plot remain under wraps, concept art revealed at D23 hints at an expansive story, possibly featuring Anna and Elsa embarking on another epic journey to protect Arendelle. The artwork also teased the presence of a new villain, suggesting that the stakes will be higher than ever. One of the most intriguing aspects of Frozen 3 is its potential to dive deeper into Elsa's powers. Lee has hinted that the film might explore the origins of her abilities, with theories pointing to a possible connection to her mother. Another major question is what happened to Hans? Yes, the same Hans who tried to take over Arendelle in the first movie. Rumors suggest that he might make a comeback, which could add an interesting dynamic to the story. Since Frozen 3 and Frozen 4 are being developed simultaneously, it's likely that the two movies will have an interconnected storyline rather than being completely standalone adventures. This approach makes sense as it allows Disney to craft a larger narrative without rushing to squeeze everything into one film. It also raises the question of whether Frozen 4 could serve as the true finale of the franchise, or if it might set up even more stories down the line. Lee's return to the director's chair is a big deal, not just because of her past success with the franchise, but because she brings a unique vision to the series. As the first woman to direct two films that grossed over $1 billion at the box office, she has a proven track record of delivering stories that resonate with audiences worldwide. Her involvement also presents an opportunity to expand representation within the Frozen universe, something that has been somewhat lacking in the first two films. Of course, with high expectations comes pressure. Frozen has become one of Disney's biggest franchises, and the long wait for the third movie only increases anticipation. But if history is anything to go by, Frozen 3 is still set up for success. Despite a 6-year gap between the first two films, Frozen 2 went on to become the third highest-grossing animated movie of all time. And now, with Inside Out 2 taking the top spot, Frozen 3 has a shot at reclaiming its place in box office history, especially if it continues to deliver the emotional depth and memorable music that made its predecessors so beloved. A long gap between sequels doesn't always spell trouble either. Avatar: The Way of the Water proved that audiences are still willing to wait if the story is worth it, while Frozen has the added challenge of catering to a younger audience who may have outgrown the franchise by 2027. Disney Plus ensures that new generations are constantly discovering the films. This built-in accessibility could help Frozen 3 maintain a strong fan base even after such a long hiatus. With so much effort going into crafting a worthy sequel, it's clear that Disney isn't just making these films for the sake of keeping the franchise alive. They're taking their time to create something truly special. So while it's still a long wait until we see Anna, Elsa, Christophe, and Olaf back on the big screen, it sounds like Frozen 3 and Frozen 4 will be more than worth it. One thing Frozen 3 absolutely needs to do is reveal more about the spirits. Despite being a central theme in Frozen 2, the spirits remain largely mysterious. We've seen glimpses of their abilities: Gale's playful wind, Bruni's fiery energy, the powerful Knock, and the steadfast earth giants, but their true nature, the extent of their powers, and their purpose have yet to be fully explained. With Elsa now joining them as the fifth spirit, there's a golden opportunity to dive deeper into their origins, how they coexist with humans, and what her new role truly means. Since Elsa has chosen to stay in North Uldra, the spirits are now more connected to Arendelle than ever. This sets up Frozen 3 as the perfect film to expand on their mythology. The spirits clearly hold immense power over the world of Frozen, but there are still so many unanswered questions. What happens if one of the spirits disappears? Can their power grow or change? And now that Elsa is considered one of them, what does that mean for the balance of nature? These are the kinds of questions Frozen 3 needs to explore, as the spirits have fundamentally changed the Frozen universe and deserve a deeper explanation. One theory that has been floating around is that there are actually more than just the four traditional spirits of earth, wind, water, and fire. Elsa's status as the fifth spirit is already an unusual concept, and she doesn't have a physical monument like the others. Unlike the four elemental spirits, which have existed since ancient times, Elsa's connection seems to be more of an extension of her mother's gift. When Elsa, Anna, Kristoff, and Olaf first arrive in North Uldra, the stone monuments only feature the symbols of four known spirits, which contradicts the idea that there could be more. Additionally, the markings in Atahallen and the ice formations Elsa creates only depict four spirits, reinforcing that Elsa is an addition rather than part of a larger group. This makes it even more important for Frozen 3 to clarify Elsa's role. Is she meant to guide the spirits, communicate with them, or is she something entirely new? While the idea of multiple spirits existing beyond the four elements is an exciting possibility, the movies themselves suggest otherwise. Elsa's powers were seemingly a one-time miracle, granted because of her mother's selfless act of saving her father. If the ice spirit had existed before Elsa, it would have been a part of the North Uldra's history, but we never see any evidence of that in Frozen 2. That said, there's still a lot of potential to explore how the spirits influence the world. We've seen how they can be thrown off balance when betrayed, as happened with the dam in Frozen 2, but we don't fully understand what would happen if their power was disrupted on a larger scale. Could a new force rise to challenge them, or could Elsa's presence among them alter the natural order in unexpected ways? With Frozen 3 and Frozen 4 in the works, these are the kinds of ideas that could take the franchise in an exciting new direction. Regardless of the answers Frozen 3 provides, one thing is clear: the spirits need to be more than just a mystical backdrop. Their existence is now directly tied to both Elsa and Arendelle's future, meaning their story is far from over. With Jennifer Lee back at the helm, there's a good chance that the next film will dive deeper into the mythology and finally give audiences a clearer picture of what the spirits truly are and what role they will play moving forward. And that wraps up today's video. If you want to stay in the loop with all the latest movie and series news, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give us a big thumbs up, because I'll be bringing you more updates on The Gilded Age Season 4 before Season 3 even drops, so keep an eye out for that, along with the latest on your favorite shows and movies. Stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next one.